What's good? Keith Thurman beat Josesito Lopez by unanimous decision. And at first, I thought it was going to be a typical Keith Thurman fight, even though he knocked him down in the second round. But he didn't really go for the knockout. He hasn't really gone for the knockout since the Soto Caras fight. Even if you want to say after that, the Leonard Bundu fight, when he dropped him and tried to get him out of there, but he couldn't get him out of there, so he moved around and went the distance. That's when he realized, oh yeah, I could just go the distance. So why not just do that instead of push for the knockout? Why struggle even more? So it just looked like it was gonna be a typical Thurman fight after the Bundu. Since facing Bundu, it looked like one of those fights. Okay, he's gonna move around for 12 rounds. But then came the 7th. So he won the first 6 pretty easily. And then the 7th, man. Josesito caught him with this left hook and kept hitting him with hard punches. Left hooks, straight rights, knocking his head back, boom. Knocking him to the ropes, boom. Knocking him to the ropes. And Keith is just moving around. And I was screaming, let's go! Let's go! Come on! Because I knew Josesito doesn't really have the power or the stamina or the skill to stay on a guy that could move as well as Keith Thurman for more than a round or even 2 rounds. So I knew that this was his moment, and he had a moment. And then after he had him hurt this round, it would never happen to this extent in the fight. And that's what happened. And the 7th round, man, that was his chance. But he couldn't get him out of there, man. He's just not on the level. There's levels, and we all know this. He's not on that level. I gave him the 7th. I gave him the 8th. I gave Thurman the 9th and the 10th. He moved around, boxed very well. He has very good footwork. I forgot how good his footwork was, how well he moves around, how well he could just jab and throw that right hand. He throws 1 or 2 punch combinations just like most fighters today do. But he does it very well. He does it very effectively. He's not wild with his punches. He doesn't miss horribly. He's pretty accurate, I would say. And he's a really smart fighter. One thing that I saw him do in this fight that I really haven't seen him do before, maybe he was just working on a few things. He was switching stance. So I don't mind that when you're clearly with an overmatched opponent. Oh, so you thought. But that's why you get guys out of there. You had him down and you had him hurt in the 2nd round, but you didn't get him out of there. And the 7th round happened because you didn't get your guy out of there when he was hurt. There's a reason you get him hurt. Because if roles are reversed, you know the other guy will want to finish you off. You know the other guy would have you. That's how you want to fight. That's the mentality you want to fight. That's a mentality fighters really should. I'm here saying how fighters should want to fight, but really, they should be looking at it. If I don't get this guy out of here, he has a chance to get me out of there. Or if this was him, he would get me out of there. He has that chance of getting me. It's boxing, better to give than receive. But the 10th, the 9th and the 10th, I gave to Thurman, and then I gave Josesito the 11th and 12th because he was pressuring. He was working. He was working. He was more active than Thurman was. But Thurman's back. He hadn't fought in 2 years. He looked okay. There was some wobbly moments, but nothing too crazy, to be honest. Nothing too crazy. Now he's back. 2-year layoff, like I said. Let's get fighting some pretty. Let's get him in there with some good opposition. I'd like to see him against. I know it's a tall order, but I'd love to see him against Keith Thurman. He is Keith Thurman. I'd like to see him against Sean Porter once again. I want to see the rematch. He was mandatory, and now he has your belt. It's your belt, Thurman. You want it, right? It's your belt. You were the champion before you got injured twice. Now, let's do the rematch. It's your belt. You want it. Get it back. Let's do it. But that's probably a tall order. I know Errol Spence is a tall order. So let's get a fight against... I'm looking at realistic options now. Maybe a Jesse Vargas. I think that's the right amount of challenging for him. I think most of these PBC guys are gonna stay the hell away from Pacquiao. Imagine Pacquiao. He was calling him out before this fight. Imagine had he fought Pacquiao today. I think Pacquiao would have murdered this guy. I don't think he would have got him out of there, but I think he would have beat up Thurman. That 7th round, Thurman would have gone pillar to post, and then Pacquiao would have proceeded to chase him around the ring for the next 5 rounds. He would have beat up Thurman tonight. So he should probably stay away from Pacquiao. I mean, he should fight Pacquiao. I would love to see that fight, but knowing these guys, they're gonna want to stay away from Pacquiao. I'd love to see a Porter fight. That's my ideal fight, a Porter fight. But the fight that I want to see realistically is a Jesse Vargas fight. But other than that, it was an entertaining evening. This didn't really make me go, oh man, I missed watching this guy. Why hadn't he fought in 2 years? I was like, okay. I didn't really miss much in the last 2 years. I didn't really miss seeing this guy fight that much because we know he's gone from one time to sometimes, and sometimes he could be exciting and sometimes he wasn't. This fight was exciting, but it wasn't anything to go to the bank to, if that's a saying. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and peace. Who should Thurman fight next? Peace.